Dearest brothers and sisters, BNS, spectators, as far as English are them important, and this one is helping a great number of persons being connected with a great number of persons in the world. The one solution is English. English is the greatest, as I've said, English broadcasting material. English is helping a great number.
Thanks my engineer Jonathan Wanda. Thanks to all guys, people spread in Matadi, even out of Matadi. I'm really happy to stand these great parts. We have a place that you have got this nice opportunity for watching us. We are just English. English is your English broadcasting word used just to meet different English speakers. We did it just to comment and explain, some subjects based on English. But before going further, I'm going to greet you first. We have a place to all televiewer in just DRC, even out of DRC international. So to greet you first, then I want to express my thankful to those guys who are testing us and show us the way that you are following. We have a place, so it is a nice pleasure. Before going further, I want just to express my deep and thanks to those guys, people, as I was saying here. Today I'm very happy to be with my guest. It is one of us, an English teacher, also interpreter. Just with them we want to talk about this daily subject based on the place of agriculture in our country with my guest, Father Mr. Blaise Bolisango. With him we want just to talk about this daily subject stick. Then hope that you're gonna get pleasure about what we are planning today. Father Blaise.
Yeah, God, Mr. God, all the pleasure is mine to be with you
happy
today.
to be again with you today.
Yeah, okay. Really, all the pleasure is mine today. First to be with you.
Okay.
We're going to talk about agriculture today. It's really a very good day for us, for those who are following us.
Yes, I think that after spending just this cup of time, we didn't meet. We were far. Then today we can be together, trying to comment and explain depending about this subject, agriculture. I'm saying this is a great problem today. Yeah. So in our country. So let's first, before going further, why this subject today?
Well, this subject should be talked about today because it is something which seems to be neglected by so many people, without knowing that it is the first activity which began in the Bible. If you read the Bible in Genesis,
yes, yeah,
chapter 2, if you go maybe on line 15, then you'll find what God said. Mm-hmm. He put a man in the garden, and he said to him, you dress it and you keep it. Okay. So it means that he had to cultivate the soil. This means that agriculture is the first activity that God gave to the man. That's why we would like to talk about the importance of it and whatever we can do with agriculture, how it can make us big and bigger one day in the land.
Yeah, I'm very happy, as far as we have to know that we are speaking today about agriculture. As far as I can see, some messages, you got problems, so you want to interrupt with us. You can just send your messages, then we can read, so we can see the way that we can comment based on what you can send. So agriculture, I have said, it is our daily subject, so we can first try to explain these key subjects. Yeah. What does it mean first?
Yeah, agriculture, in short, I have to say just it is the cultivation of the soil. Just one aspect that I just want to stop there so that we can talk about what which will be the focus of our topic today. That's why I need to stop just there saying it is the cultivation of the soil. But if I have to go a little bit into deep, then we can say it is, the cultivation of the soil for the growing of crops and the rearing of animals to provide them with food and wool and so many things that we have to talk about. That's why I said that we have to just to be stuck on one point. That is only the cultivation of the soil.
We got a lot of points based on today's subjects. What I like too much, we are speaking just for helping, trying to make clear the subject with my guest, Father Blaise Sango. So let's explain first about the goal of the subject,
So the goal is that I would like people to understand why we have chosen this topic, why we have to talk about it today. We want to show to people it is the same, the first activity that God himself gave to the man. And also to show to people that without nothing, and with only this activity, you can become rich.
Yes.
And that's why we like to show its place in the society, wherever you are, whatever you can do, but think about your belly. Now, how can you start? Agriculture is there. That is the first activity that God gave to us.
But do you think that before going in, just going deep about what we are planning today, are you sure that today most of persons, they are mastering that today, agriculture is really so important, as you are saying here?
Well, it is very important, as I said. How can somebody work with an empty belly? If the belly is empty, you cannot work. That's why I said that it is first important.
But today, you're right.
Yes.
We can't work if we have problems. So, belly, we got
before doing whatever.
empty belly. So,
yes.
But so this aspect is really considered nowadays.
That's why I said first you have to think about yourself. Your body should be fed. So if your belly is empty, you cannot work. That's why God, when he put the man in the garden, as I said at the very beginning there, then he asked him first to cultivate the soil. That's why also I say that before doing whatever we can do, the body should be strong. It should be, in a good way.
With an empty belly, we can't do something.
Yeah, with an empty belly,
we
can't.
can't.
Said it. Really, that's what I'm saying.
Even God, you got wills.
First, think about your belly so that you can do whatever you can do. That's why.
Okay.
That I say it is important.
So important.
Yeah.
So nice. So I want you just to break first before going to speak about to open to develop the today's subjects. I want to come back and see my engineer Jonathan Mwanda. We want to take the first parts. Lesson 1 based on the use of some and any. So we want to learn, and all teachers, parents, students, and who like too much these parts named lesson 1. I think that's we want to take, and you take your notes, you take your biro and crayon and the like. So we want to learn these parts based on the use of some and any. Lesson 1, Jonathan. So I think that we can come back with that. So you are saying that goal we have to take care as far as we can't express something better as far as we got problem with the belly.
Yeah.
That means the subject is very important for during about.
Yeah, Mr. God, as I told you, first, before doing whatever we can do, first think about the belly. If the belly is strong, it is full, then you can work easily. That's why.
But the feeling seems to be neglected.
Yeah, well, this is the impression that I have these days. Impression that we have.
That seems to be neglected.
It seems to be neglected, but people think that.
That is impression or reality, you know what I'm saying?
That's the reality that we're facing these days. People think that those people working on the farm or in the farms are poor, and that they cannot do anything else. So, without knowing that it is the first activity that God gave to the man, that's why I said, even if you have no money, just with $1, you can become rich.
Okay.
While practicing this kind of activity.
But the subject is based on, let me just come back to reminding all guys, people spread out of even in the national, you have got this time watching us. It is in English show we have to combine and trying to give some key ideas based on our subjects. Okay. But we are talking about agriculture, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So let's now speak about the place, just the importance of this, you know what I'm saying? So in our society first. So why it is.
The development of the country should be based first on agriculture. Why am I saying that? If we take the case of China, China today is a very, very big country because of this activity.
Okay.
Remember when we were still in primary school, they told us that Mao Zedong was, the president of that time. And the first activity that I asked his people to do was agriculture.
Yeah.
And by doing that, step by step, little by little, the country became famous.
Okay.
They had so many products inside, and the people were outside. When they heard about China, they were now interested in that country.
But that can be
and then, thanks to that activity, that China has become what it has become today.
But
that's
that
why I
can
said it.
happen
Yeah.
to us.
Yeah, that. Yes.
That can be happen
Yeah.
in our country too.
That's why I said, even in our country, it would be better first to think about that sector. That sector is the most important one. This is according to me. Because when we try to improve different ways to make it big, good, in good manners, and then you'll see all the other things will be following.
Yes.
So agriculture is the first activity. We have to put a very great emphasis on that activity, and then you will see that things will be changing.
Yeah, I think that they get you then. It's well understanding to all guys, people who are witness, spread even have said in the national. So I want to come back to see my engineer, Jonathan. We want to take the first parts named lesson 1. After we can come back and continue with my guest, Father Blaise Bolisan. Lesson 1.
You keep paying attention throughout the video. There's going to be a quiz at the end. Now, if you're not a subscriber yet, then click that button just down there and become one. You can also use the tools down there to slow down the video speed in case I'm speaking a little too quickly for you. You can control that right down there. The first thing you need to know is that we use some and any before plural and uncountable nouns. And we do it to talk about a certain number or amount of something when we don't actually know exactly how much or how many of that thing we want. So I need to buy some bread. I'm saying that I need to buy an amount of bread, but I'm not being specific. I'm not saying exactly what number or amount I need. Is there any pasta left? Now again, we want to know if there's pasta left, but I don't really care about the specific amount. I just want to know if there is an amount. Now, because some and any are both used in quite similar situations, it's often difficult to know which one you should use, right? So we're going to go over the general grammar rules to help you decide which one to use, but definitely stick around until the end of this lesson. There are some exceptions to these rules that you need to know, and I'll get to those in a little bit. But later on, I've also got a quiz that's going to help you to test what you've learned in this lesson. So as a general rule, we use some with positive or affirmative sentences. I left some soap for you in the kitchen. Please treat us with some respect. He said he would get the cat some food from the shop. Now we use any with negative sentences and questions. Okay? Did you leave any soap for me? Do you have any respect for us? Did you get the cat any food from the shop? So that's pretty simple, right? There are some clear rules there. But like many things in English, there are several exceptions to this rule as well. Now this is where the fun starts. All right, take a look at this question. Can you pick up some coffee on your way home? We use some. And it's a question. Now this is an exception. We use some in questions when you're pretty sure that the answer will be yes. I'm asking you to pick up coffee because I know there's a high probability or a strong chance that you'll say yes, that you will buy the coffee. Now, often questions that we are expecting the answer to be yes are offers or requests, okay? Would you like some milk in your coffee? All right, I'm being polite. I'm asking you, but I know that you probably want milk in your coffee. Now, if I said, would you like any milk in your coffee? I'm asking because I actually don't really know if you have milk in your coffee or not. Do you need me to lend you some money? Now, I already know that you need money and I'm expecting you to say yes. But if I said, do you need me to lend you any money? I'm asking because honestly, I don't really know the answer. Now, this isn't the only exception, okay? We have a couple more important ones to get through, but that one is an important one to remember. All right, so that was a very subtle difference. Now let's move on to the second exception. Before I said that any is used in negative sentences and not positive ones, right? You remember? But you can.
Thanks, Guy. Thanks, my engineer, for these parts. We have, I think that was the way that we are trying to deal with this daily subject based on the place of agriculture, in the country. It is our daily subject first, based on this what we can speak about today. I'm going first to greet all guys, people spread out of Matadi, even here in Matadi, Congo Central, even out of Matadi in DRC, in the national, we are now English at Canal. Please, then it is a nice pleasure just for talking about this daily subject based on the place of agriculture in the country. So with my guest, Mr. Blaise Polisango, it is an English teacher. With him, we are trying just to talk about this daily subject based on, what I've said, the place of agriculture in the country. So, yes, Father Blaise,
yeah, Mr. God.
very happy to stay in this amazing subject with you, as I was saying here.
Yeah.
So we were talking after giving explanations about this key concept, So let's now speak about open dots, the importance of agriculture in our society.
Agriculture in the society is very important because I said at the very beginning, it is the first activity that God gave to the man. And then if you are stuck on that activity, you will see that even your life will be changing. You can practice it wherever you want, whenever you want, and nobody can stop you doing that. And then even at home, in a compound where you are, if you have enough space, then you can start with some seeds that you can have, then you can start. That's why I said even with $1 you buy some seeds. You can sow some seeds where you are at home. I don't know, even in your compound, wherever you are, you can find a good land and you can start it. So this means that this is something which cannot ask you too much effort wherever you are, whatever you can do. But think about that, knowing that agriculture is something to be considered as the first activity for you. That's why I said that we have to put really a very great emphasis on that activity.
Yeah, I think that it's what you are saying, but in practice is not what we can face today in DRC.
Well, so in our country, what I want first is, we have a problem here. In our villages, there are so many people in that kind of activity, but they are facing so many problems to bring out their products.
We can see just Mayumbe.
And now, in Mayumbe, there where we are, we have so many places, so many villages, but they have problems as to bring out their products. And that's why they are losing confidence, maybe they said to themselves. So we can have big space.
The problem is just tools.
Tools, not tools, not really tools.
Transport, or
transport, as I said, transportation seems to be, it seems to be really a very big problem for them. But if we try to repair the roads that
what about traffic? You know, we got problems of roads.
So the road is the first problem that villages are facing there in our villages. If one day that will have money, I don't know, it depends on the government, if they can repair all the roads that we have. So all the villages who are there, when they will hear that everything is now okay, then they can leave the villages without any problem to reach our places, where we are. You see that they will really have good space, big spaces where they can keep on doing the same activity.
But it isn't the same as far as today.
But for the time being, these days, the reality that we are facing is that people are afraid of
what?
Working hard, because if they have abundant products, okay, how can they bring them to the city?
Agriculture is a great problem today, as far as you are seeing that.
Mr. God.
Yes, it is a great problem. You know what I'm saying? So, but most of persons are neglecting that.
But the importance of it, let's think about the villages. You see, in the villages we have no factories. No factories.
Okay.
Most of the villages that we have here, you cannot find any company there.
We got Mayombe, we got Lukula, we got just many places that they can do it.
They can, but we don't have factories there. So the only way to feed themselves is to practice that activity. Going to the fields, you have your space there, then you sow some seeds. You can have bananas, I don't know what you can have. That's just to feed yourself or to feed your family. This is just for the village. But the day
that can be called just a local, just agriculture, something like that. So, but which is not completely great. We can't support that. You know what I'm saying? As far as we are just trying to develop the country, so that can be a problem. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think that is the problem that I'm saying about the roads first.
Yeah, road problem.
The day we'll be having good roads, you will see that people will be very interested in that matter. Because when they try to think about the way they feed themselves in the villages, people living in the village, they have no factories, no companies.
But today, I like that.
Yeah, God,
no companies, but they can feed them, tools. They can make them just in great conditions. Today, you know what I'm saying?
Well, we can supply.
Are you sure that the result's gonna be as you are saying?
Well, the result will be good.
Father Blaise, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That can be.
Yeah, Mr. God, let me tell you something. People are.
You are defending villages.
No, let my focus.
We know each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. First of all, let's talk about people living in the village.
Yes.
They are feeding themselves only thanks to that activity. Okay, So if we supply them with tools, that is good. But the only problem will remain just to have good roads.
I get you. Today we got the governor Gibandu and other.
This is our good man.
They are just really fighting just to make.
That's a good man.
They are fighting. They are fighting to make ready sports. But
that's really is a good man.
That can be done in few days.
Yeah.
So, but are you sure that today, if they feed them, all conditions?
Yeah,
come on, man. We are talking today, Are you sure that can be?
But as I rely on my governor, the governor who is now with us these days, I think what he's doing these days, to repair some roads, to open where people cannot imagine that they could open the roads. I think what the governor is doing is very good for us. And if he has to do the same for those villages, people living in the villages and somewhere.
As far as we are talking about Mayombe, we got
and then
Mayombe.
You will see how our province will become.
Great.
Great, I say
more than others.
More than the others, I said.
You are
greater than the others.
That is a dream, words, you know what I'm saying?
No, it's not. I'm not dreaming. That's the reality.
Yes.
It's something which can...
Are you sure that today Congo Central can be great than other provinces?
Why not? Because the governor,
Kinshasa,
governor that we have these days, when I see the philosophy that he has...
You got money, what? You know, yes.
I mean...
You got money?
What I'm saying first, I think about the government that we have, the governor that we have these days. What he's doing first.
You are talking about Gibandu?
Yeah, this is our governor.
Yes.
The ruler of this country. The man who was ruling our province. The ruler of this province, sorry.
Let's consider the case of Chela. Today, Chela. We got...
It's just a matter of
drums,
money. If the governor says that I put some money there, it will become very great. And then people will be going to Chela because we'll see how things will be changing there. It depends, just, I don't know. Maybe I'm missing words to express my ideas.
Your problem is about tools.
Tools, not only tools, and we should also repair roads.
Roads and tools.
Tools.
If both conditions are fit. So, you sure that?
Things will be changing. I promise. That's why I say.
I keep silent, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can't.
God,
you know what I'm saying? We
God, just what I'm telling you.
I didn't express another thing, you know what I'm saying? So we hope that with that two conditions. So let me just
provide them with
talking
tools.
about this our governor.
Yeah.
So Gibandu Ndungindi and our father of this province, Congo Central. So we hope that with the comments of my guests, Father Blaise, Mr. Blaise Bulisangu, if we have improved that two conditions, roads, tools, things can be right.
Really,
we can make great Congo Central.
Really, I'm sure things will be changing.
Jonathan, we want to brief again, so we are going to come back and continue with the same subject. We want to take the second part. Names, the speech we used to present. That can be a theater, it can be a movies, but let's listen about the teacher, Stephanie. So that can be, you have to listen and master some sentences based on this speech. So you have to send us your messages, then we can read. If you are correct, you're gonna receive these gifts. So my engineer, Jonathan, give us these parts, names, the speech.
We would even rack up money from shoveling driveways in our neighborhood. Rack up. This just means to accumulate or gather or achieve something, typically a score or amount of something without other people knowing, right? We racked up the money. We got a lot of money. We accumulated or achieved a large sum of money. We got a large sum of money. Rack up. So again, we added 3 examples. We had our basic response. Remember, the basic response was, my hometown is known for its cold weather. But when we added the 3 examples, what happened? We got our long response, the one that sounds like a native English speaker. Now, part 3 of the rule. Part 3 of the rule is very important. Part 3 is 3 reasons. So the third part of this rule focuses on giving specific reasons for your ideas on the topic, subject, or person you are discussing. In other words, you want to help your listener understand your thought process and how you developed your idea. Again, we native English speakers learned this in high school and in college, and now I want you to understand it so that you can sound like me. So here's an example. Again, the topic, winter weather. Tell me about the weather in your hometown. Same response, same basic response of, my hometown is known for its cold weather. Now, reason number 1, it snows like clockwork. Reason number 2, the temperature never goes above 30 degrees in the winter. And reason number 3, boiling water transforms into snow in a matter of seconds. Not manner, but matter of seconds. So we have 3 reasons for the basic response of my hometown being known for its cold weather. Now, how do we turn this information into a longer response? Here's how it works. My hometown is known for its cold weather. The basic response. There are 3 reasons why it's so famous. First, it snows like clockwork every single week. The snow falls so regularly that people stopped paying attention to the news. Second, the temperature never goes above 30 degrees in the winter. It's always cold outside. Finally, if you toss boiling water into the air, it will turn into snow in a matter.
Thanks, my engineer. Thanks for these parts. I'm very happy to know that you are watching us today. We have a place that you have got these nice and great opportunities for watching us. That was the speech. After watching these parts, so I think that you have mastering and memorizing some sentences based on these parts we have presenting today about the speech of this teacher I like too much, Stephanie. Then you have mastering some sentences, 2 cents, so we can select you with if you are winner. But I'm not alone today. I'm with my guest. I'm with my guest. It is one of us today. So Father Blaise, Mr. Blaise Bulisango. With him, we are trying to talk about this daily subject based on the place of agriculture in the country. So as DRC, we are trying to give some comments. It is an English teacher. Father Blaise?
Yeah, Mr. Yala, Mr. God Yala. Really, I like your name too much.
Yeah, very happy standing these parts first. Very happy to comment about this daily subject based on agriculture in the country, you know what I'm saying? So we were talking about some problems, the problem was that 2 conditions, okay?
Yeah.
Tools and transportations.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
I think,
really.
yes.
Yeah, roads.
So,
We're talking about roads first, yes.
Okay. But if today both conditions are fit,
Yeah.
are you sure that, Congo Central
Things will
can
change.
be developed?
Really, things will be changing. This is a promise. The 2 things, if they have to be taken into account, I make sure that things will be changing. Really,
But today, you're right. Today
If you have to think
we got people today after being college, they are studying. They have got their grades.
Yeah.
They got level, but
Yeah.
they are relaxing at home, doing nothing. They are waiting for DGDA. And they like bank without making something. So they can just join agriculture.
Well, this is what I can tell them. This is what I have to ask them to do first. No, it's not everybody who's supposed to go to the bank, You can study, you can have a good diploma. I don't know what you can have as a diploma.
You can make agriculture.
If you can find a job,
You can do it.
why not?
Agriculture.
Why not?
Today.
If they give me a tool, then I can go. Maybe go back to my village and try to do that activity if possible.
Let's see first, your mind, you know what I'm saying? So suppose
Mr.
that,
Guy, really.
yeah, come on.
Yeah.
Suppose that today they gave you paper.
Yeah.
They've said that, so Father Blaise,
Yeah.
we got something to express and give you now today. So they want to give you money.
Yeah.
Stop with teaching. Stop what you are doing.
Yeah.
You join Lukula, Chela,
Yeah.
do something.
Yeah.
You can do it.
So why not? That's what I'm saying. The first activity, I always insist on saying
You can do it. So don't skip about what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You can do it.
I can. Why not? I can. That's why I'm saying, for those who they completed their studies, if you have no job, maybe where you are, where you live, the soil is there.
Instead of just
Instead
waiting.
of crossing your arms,
Yes, yeah.
then you can do that. Maybe you can make money.
They're afraid. They shame.
I know.
They shame.
No, I read a novel in which I discovered that there was a man who became rich
Okay.
with just $1. He bought some seeds. He tried to sow those seeds, And when he got his product, and then little by little, and the man became rich because he was very clever. He was very wise.
That can be done.
Yeah, it can be done. Something very very possible. It's not impossible, and you can do that. That's what I'm saying today.
But why
Not
most
every-
of people are just refusing? Maybe just a shame of
They
doing,
think
a
that,
a shame of doing that.
That is the problem. Yeah, they think that that job is also it's only for those who are poor. No, no. If you go to the state, rich people that you see, they are farmers.
Even China.
Even in China, farmers are very rich there.
You're
if
right.
you go there, and if you want to become rich, go to that activity. This is something coming from the God Himself. God Himself gave it to the man. He said, "You have to cultivate the soil." It means that it is something already blessed by God Himself.
Yes.
If you go to that job, then you find something good, then you become also rich. Maybe even with $1 you can start. You go to market to buy some seed and say, okay, we have a space there.
That can be called.
Yeah, you can.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So people are trying to neglect that.
But the problem is, I do like first about your way of commenting things. I'm not totally against about what you are expressing today,
Yeah.
But, why in general
Yeah.
today, most of persons, the Congolese,
Yeah.
they've got the fake understanding about this concept agriculture.
Well, that's why we are trying to explain to them what's the importance of agriculture. As I said, it is something which is the first activity that God. I have to insist on the same thing, repeating it every time.
Yes.
Because I have to repeat it many a time. Then I have to repeat. This is the first activity which is blessed already blessed by God Himself. That if you do it, then you can get something.
But today, Congo Central,
today-
yes, Congo Central with the dictator, we think that can be changed today with the other provinces, Kinshasa, Bandundu, and the like. We can be just.
Well, it's a matter of space, but I think the country is too big, and we have so many places where we can do it in our country. And if you have to come back to our province where we are, you see that we have from here Matadi to Kinshasa. If you leave Matadi today, you find
That
so many
means
places where-
it is a local just productions.
yeah, even local production, no problem. But if everybody has to do it, I mean, all the provinces,
Yes.
they are doing the same activity, you will see that the country will be not as it was
You can
before.
just join us, as far as you are watching us in the national. I'm very happy to notice that last show was watching with Mommy Grace Laura. Mommy Grace Laura is just and Laura from England. So thanks for this message sent, and also I'm very happy to notice that the family Sephira was watching us from France. That was very happy for your messages sent. Also, we were just happy to notice that yes, a family. Sompwe, yes, family Sompwe, just from South Africa, Afrique DC. Thanks for all the messages that's showing that you are watching us. We are now in the national, all the families, you have any point of view, you got just an idea. Let's do as other people so that we can notice that we are together. So,
Yeah, Mr. God, yes.
so I'm very happy. I think that you are supporting, all people to make it. So, but there is a problem today in DRC
Yeah.
as far as we don't have a lot of just space where that people have to make agriculture today. But so, are you sure that today we can just make profit of what we are doing today?
So for these days, it is I'm saying, and we need some support from, people.
In the national support.
Yeah, well, we need some support. As I said, that villagers who are working, they need tools. We have to supply them with tools. We have to provide them with tools, and so that they can work and they do more than what they used to do. And we need some support wherever we are. Those people need support.
Especially for feeding tools and
Yes. They
even
have-
seeds.
Even seeds also, we can provide them with seeds. And that's why if you can find some seed and then you can help people there those who are poor, maybe they need to work, that they know where to go, then you can provide them with some seeds so that they can sow them, and then maybe they can make money also by doing that kind of activity.
By doing that kind of activities.
Yes.
Yeah, we're so happy for standing that we are going step by step to over the show. As far as we are facing about time, so later after speaking about this, that was especially problem of feeding tools, and we hope that today young people, they can't dream staying home waiting for nothing. They can just start doing with agriculture. They can get gain about what they are feeling.
That's why I'm saying that that's the kind of a piece of advice that I can give to those young people. If you think that there is nothing to do, despite you have your diploma, I don't know what you have as a kind of, I don't know what level that you have.
Yes.
If there is nothing to do, instead of dreaming, instead of sleeping, then you can do that kind of activity. Even where in the compound where you are, if you have your land, the soil is there, you can just start that kind of activity. You can get some money that will help you. Instead of crossing your arms and waiting so that you can be fed. You
can move even just from Chimpy. You can do something better.
You can find us a place. I don't know where you can do that, but it's really, I want people to work. That's why God himself, when he said he put the man in the garden, he asked him to do that. That I have to go back again.
Yeah, you are coming just back on what the Bible said.
Because
come on,
you know,
man.
for me, it's something that I have to stuck on that point because I know that it's something already blessed.
Yes.
Blessing is there on that activity. God himself, he put his hand on that activity.
That is written in the Bible.
Yeah, it is already blessed. That what if you start from that point, then you.
I think that we are facing a bad time. Let's just give us your last word, your conclusion for today's show.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, really, I would ask you to practice that activity that we're talking about. Yeah, this activity, agriculture, as I said at the beginning. Some people are still dreaming, thinking that it's something already, something which is to be only practiced by those who are poor. And no, this is not the case. I encourage you. Maybe you have got your diploma. Maybe I don't know where you are, but there is nothing to do. That's the only job that you can start with. That's agriculture. Then you can start it, and that's why I want you. If you find that there is nothing to do. Please, the land is there, the soil is there.
They get you.
The soil, then you can do that.
So you can just greet two persons at home?
Yeah, I greet first my wife, Bibiane, who is there at home. I greet my wife, Bibiane. And I greet my pastor, Josue Koko Mapota, who is my pastor. Thanks to him that I'm trying to be always, every time, focused on my Bible. Trying to talk about the Bible because of what he's teaching us every time. Then I have to do it every day because there is no choice, because my life, it's only God who's doing whatever and what I'm today. So that's why I have to. So I greet also the others, those who know me.
Thanks. So I'm very happy to express what I'm expressing today. That was very happy to stand these great parts. We are at the end. I want just to express my thanks to those guys, all people just spread out of the country in the nation. So I'm very happy for these parts. So I do greet my boss, Happy Kalulu, again, Mami Solange, Kalulu, Grace, Beni. I do greet my two chiefs, both, I don't like them too much, Eme Talani, again, Prince Onzau, both. So I do greet my engineer, Jonathan Mwanda, Edison Panju, Fils Pudi, all our twins team. So I do greet also all teachers from Oreb School, the only one a bilingual school, Congo Central. So I do greet also my co-worker, Chris Tseka, again David Keladi, all our families at Oreb channel. Father bless.
Yeah, God.
Yes, very nice to be with you.
Yeah, really. As I said at the beginning, all the pleasures.
Yeah, come on. So I can't forget to greet my wife. that is a sin. My wife, Sentishpe Mayala.
Normally, you have
again,
to do that.
my daughter, Gladness Yala. That was my heart, my pastor, Josue Kukuma Potter. Let's meet next Tuesday, the same time with the same teacher. Why not another guest? Yeah. So God bless you.
Okay, good.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
My dearest brothers and sisters, BNS, spectators, as far as English are them important. And this one is helping a great number of persons being connected with a great number of persons in the world. The one solution is English. English is the greatest, as I've said, English broadcasting method. English is helping a great number of persons knowing about more things in English. English is the one place that you can find persons debated, exchanging things related, English. What we have to do, just one answer, is just to stay in touch. Each Tuesday it's 5:30 p.m. and on Friday it's 8:00 a.m. Just it's television.